Now with agriculture, we're introducing a new type of camera. So this is multispectral or hyperspectral camera. Again, I thought this was a really cool application when I was first told about it. So multispectral or hyperspectral cameras, they're not seeing images on the ground. They're seeing spectrum. And based on the spectrum, based on how you calibrate the camera, you can identify different elements on the ground. For example, we can identify the growth rate of a specific crop. We can identify the water level. We can identify even if the plants are sick, if they actually require pesticide, if they're ready to be harvested. So for agriculture, this is great usage. You can have the first drone as the scouting mission, carrying a multispectral sensor and surveying the whole field and coming back, process the data and tells you this section, 10 acres of the field on the northeast side requires watering, right? 10 acres on the southwest side needs to be harvested. A specific part needs to have pesticide, needs to be sprayed. So now what you can do, you can distribute those mapping data along with the command to different farming equipment. So you can have a tractor go to a specific site of the field. You can have a spraying drone, right, carrying the data to the specific section and spray that section. You can have your irrigation working for the designed section. So you have full autonomous agriculture from the beginning of drone survey, processing the data to sending the mapping data and command to different farming equipment. It's literally looking at, seeing a science fiction story coming true. And a lot of that is already in the works of being implemented, no longer from just traditional lab R&D stage. They're actually being implemented with large agriculture corporations. But what about smaller farms? In the past couple of years, from a business perspective, we're seeing that for smaller farms, they simply don't have enough money and manpower to implement the technologies themselves. So we're actually seeing a lot more centralized providers coming out. So for example, a pilot providing drone service for the area, that single pilot company is going to different boutique farms in the area, offering them this service for the season. So from a pilot perspective, they already have the unit. It's a matter of getting the software or maybe mounting a different sensor, and they can actually service a specific area for a number of businesses. So this is making it feasible for the smaller farms as well as for service providers from the pilot perspective. Now, automation, mission continuous, and entry-level flight skills. This is just the same carried forward from both the industrial sector as well as the first responder sector. From operational perspective, it's really no much of a difference among the industrial sector, the first responder, as well as the agriculture sector. We're just more seeing, number one, the sensor difference, and number two, different industries having different focus, and also more development on the software. Really more for the operations management, more for the data processing and the decision-making process. Those are really further development areas for the drone industry. This year, we're seeing the demand for commercial drone applications really increasing substantially at a geometric level. So we're not certain what triggered it, but it seems like this is the year that we're hitting the high level of industry implementation, more for the commercial application side. I mean, in the previous years, we're always seeing DJI with newer camera drones, different manufacturers coming out with newer drone units, better image sensors, etc. Right now in the market, there isn't a single bad camera drone. Any drone can have a nice 4K image sensor. Anyone with the eye, with some basic camera knowledge, can capture really good, stunning aerial photography or aerial videos. It really comes down to the implementation part of it. It really comes down to development for the pilot skills, for the mentality, for their business skills, and also for the industry applications, more shifting towards operational management, more shifting towards software development and data processing.